Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole, and I am here with a message that I received from the Lord earlier. Just recently. And he began to speak to me after I had been going through a series of spiritual warfare that was just happening back to back. And the things that were taking place, um, it stood out so much to the point that I just knew that it wasn't a coincidence. I just knew that it had to be spiritual warfare. And it started to get a bit rough. And at that point, God began to start speaking to me and letting me know that this is this what I was going through was labor pains. So this message is for those people that are in their birthing season. They're the ones that would be able to relate to this more. So he began to speak to me to let me know that this was as a result of the labor pains that was taking place before I give birth. And it brought me to John 16:21 that says, "A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. But when her baby is born, she forgets the anguish because of her joy that a child is born into the world." And for those that have given birth, or perhaps you've never given birth, but I'm sure that you know someone that has, you know that the birthing process is a pretty painful process. Um, the labor pains that take place prior to pushing the baby out is really painful. And then pushing the baby through the canal is even more difficult. But the difference between the labor pains and the push is that the labor pains don't require anything of you except to endure the pain until the baby decides to come. However, the push requires great effort. You have to push through the pain, and you must continue to push even when it feels like you're weary and exhausted. You must continue to push even when you feel like you have given your all and there's nothing much to give. And this is exactly the part of the birthing process that many of you are in right now, that I am currently in right now. And I just want to come and encourage you to let you know that you've come too far to turn back now. You're at a point of no return. And all you can do at this point is really continue to ask your Father for the strength to persevere and to just keep pushing. And when I say push, I mean praying until something happens. Keep pushing in whatever God has told you to do. Keep pushing past that fear. Keep pushing in that place that God told you to remain until He gives you the order or the command to leave, or until He lets you know what your next move is. Keep pushing until you come into union with your husband. Keep pushing until whatever it is that God is birthing through you. Keep pushing until that baby comes. Keep pushing until you give birth. The birthing process is a very uncomfortable process, um, and it's meant to be that way because it helps to build your endurance. It helps to teach you how to be steadfast. It teaches you obedience, boldness, courage, wisdom. It strengthens your relationship with God, even. It teaches you how to rely on Him. Remember, we're giving birth to promises. Therefore, that promise is not going to come, or God is not going to allow that promise to come into fruition until you become the person that He needs you to be. So, in reality, we're really not waiting on God, but He's actually waiting on us to become the person that He needs us to be in order to handle whatever that promise is that He's giving to us. Because once you have that promise, once you get that promise, no one can take that promise from you. It belongs to you. So that's why God has to make sure that we're fully prepared, we're fully equipped, and we're ready to handle that thing that comes. And another thing that I want to say, um, when that promise comes, if you can't handle the warfare, or if you don't learn how to handle the warfare, this is the way God sees it. If we're not able to handle the warfare before the promise gets here, um, how are we going to be able to handle the warfare when that promise comes, and that promise comes with a new level and dealing with a even more extreme level of warfare? So this is something to really take into consideration. And here's another thing that I want to point out regarding this, the birthing of the promises. Um, in the natural, when a woman, prior to a woman giving birth to a baby, she too have to go through a preparation period before she even reached that full term, or before she even reached that point of giving birth to that baby. And the preparation period consists of making room for for that baby, which in some cases requires her capacity being expanded, whereas she's looking for a larger place to be able to put that baby, getting the essentials that are required to make the baby comfortable, um, making preparations and learning what she's going to do in order to nurture that baby, how she's going to feed that baby, what she's going to feed that baby, and educating herself on what that baby would need um, to be equipped with in order to be a good asset to other lives as well that are in the world. So, you know, as you can see, even in that process, in the natural state, there's really things that the the mother has to do, or the parents have to do, to prepare for that baby to come. And the same goes for us. That's what we're doing right now. It's not, maybe not exactly that, but it's similar. We do have to expand our capacity in certain ways to be able to have enough room to receive that baby in our life, to receive that promise in our lives. Because when God is when we're birthing promises, they're not small promises. Those promises comes with or those promises are gonna require stretching, and whatever that stretching might mean in your life, that is what's required before that promise can come. So there's different things that are required in your life, to take place in your life, that also comes with changes. So if you don't, or you haven't spoken to God regarding that, or you haven't really sat and contemplated, or meditated on that part of the birthing process, I think that's something that you should go before God and you know and just check out, because that could potentially be the reason why you're still waiting to give birth, because everyone gives birth at different times, and it's all about the person that you are or the person you've become when it comes time to that, because the birthing process consists of us becoming. Who are we becoming? What are we becoming? What do we need to become in order to be able to steward that promise when it gets here? So, again, I say continue to push, pray until something happens. Continue to draw near to God and, speak to Him on a daily basis. Continue to read your word. And the more revelation you get regarding your promise, regarding your process, the sooner, the closer you will get to receiving that promise. So I hope this helped someone, because it really, really helped me. And until next time, you have a good one.